It's time for the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games at Southern Utah University in Cedar City. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of a Utah sports tradition at utahsummergames.org. Participate in over 50 sports around the state. Then plan to join the opening ceremonies Friday, June 5th, presented by State Bank of Southern Utah. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games.
Not only do these guys give you the best Jazz coverage in the market, they've got you covered with the Mammoth, the Cougars, the Utes, and the Aggies. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's the Jake and Ben Show, now 2 to 6, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson, thank you for listening, for absorbing the show. Is that what we settled on?
Yeah, if you want to watch it on YouTube, or you want to listen to it live, or you want to take in the podcast, or maybe you just want to sit on a speaker and just let the sound waves run through you, you're absorbing the show.
You are. Shout out to our friends in the future, the podcast people, the streamers, and the video streamers, which will play a role here, Ben. All right, so we're going to go over the rules of the show. We've been doing the show since 2021, and we've formed some rules. I have it broken down into 3 basic rules, Ben. But what I've done is I prepared, as you can see here, a visual aid.
Okay.
Now, I've really blown it out on the technology front, as you can tell. Now, Ben, here's the rule. Here's a rule of this segment, okay? No referring to the visual aid. It is a visual aid. It is to be consumed visually. It is not for our audio listeners.
Am I using the visual aid?
You are the one flipping the pages.
Okay,
yes.
And this is the last we're going to tear. But am I ripping or flipping?
No, just flip them, and I will tell you.
All right.
I will tell you when to flip. I have my notes here.
I'm going to tell you, I like the sound of ripping paper on live radio, so this is a little disappointing, but okay.
And where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses.
All right.
And, Two of you guys are wearing glasses
and
now.
By the way, just in case you were wondering, yes, they are Tom Ford's.
Yeah.
So
part of a former bit that Jake killed because we bullied him.
Throwing that out there. But I've got notes. I've got a whole segment planned, and I've got to do this.
You
so
keep John Gruden more than ever.
All right. So we have our visual aid, and Ben, I will tell you when to flip it.
Okay.
Okay. Rule number 1 is like that.
Like that?
Obviously. If you're new to the show, anytime one of us or a guest or
a sound drop, if you say like that, this is going to happen. Are we giving the backstory on this?
Now, yes. Now, people ask where that has come from. And if you'll go ahead and flip the page there, Ben, go ahead and flip. I'll just tell you when. It was inspired by maybe the world's greatest play-by-play call in history.
One more gone but not forgotten, and that's our sweet Lucy. At the age of 12, she was run over in our driveway.
Oh, like that? Was she run over like that?
Was she run over like that?
Like that?
Like that?
So listen, I don't know about you, Ben, but this happens to be I like that people in my personal life. You know, if you're walking around liking that,
like that,
in your personal life to people you know, then we have truly won.
I will tell you, you have ruined the Zach Lowe podcast for me. I really like the Zach Lowe show on The Ringer. It's a good basketball podcast. I think he does really good work. He says that 55 times in an hour-long podcast. He says it over and over and over, and every time I hear it, I hear our like that drop.
Go ahead and flip that. So the rule, if you're new, if somebody says like that, go ahead and flip that, Ben.
This one too?
Mm-hmm.
Like
then
that?
You know how it works. Rule number 2, Ben. Learn the language. Go ahead and flip that. We have many different code word language. It's always evolving, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get to them all. But go ahead and flip that. First, we'll just give out some examples. All right. First example, Ben, one of my favorites, and I'm listing it first. fingernails. Caleb Williams,
Yes.
the former USC quarterback, wrote F Utah on his fingernails.
Yep.
From that day forward, he's been known as Fingernails.
We talk about him a lot.
Considering he plays quarterback for the Bears now.
And that's Ben's favorite team.
It is Ben's favorite team.
And I said they should have taken him over Christian's favorite team. And pick six, Bo Nix, throw picks.
Next up, Ben, Hot Dog. Talon Horton Tucker, the former Jazz man. We gave him the nickname Hot Dog. It might be my favorite nickname that I've ever come up with, is because his style of play was always hot dogging it. And now he will forever be my example of a really crappy player that dribbled way too much and thought he was good.
Now, Christian has not reached this stage of parenthood yet because his son is 17 days old. But at one point, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse will enter your life, and it won't leave your life for 24 to 36 months. And you're going to hear that song, hot dog, hot diggity dog, every day for 24 to 36 months, and it will never leave you. But that was the name, yes, of THT, Talon Horton Tucker, Mr. Hot Dog himself.
Hot dogging it.
He was hot dogging it out there.
All right, next. I like this one as a current example. Phil. Kyle Filipowski. Now, how that was born, a lot of people call him Flip. I'm sitting, shout out to Coach Lacombe, now on with Scotty G, 10 to 2. And Coach accidentally called him Phil. He's like, wow, did you see that move from Phil? And I thought to myself, that's way better.
Got a new name.
Are you kidding me? Phil? All right, go ahead. Next one. Up next, I would say the sommelier. That is J.J. Redick, who got his job because he did a wine podcast with LeBron.
Yes. For between 6 to 8 episodes, maybe.
Maybe.
Probably not that many, but they just got on a podcast. They loosened up a little bit with a couple of bottles of wine because that's an NBA thing, is really fancy old bottles of wine. And maybe a drunken promise, LeBron told J.J. Redick, you can be my forever sommelier.
After a bottle and a half of a buttery
Merlot.
Pinot.
Yeah, something. Whatever.
Like, hey, I'd like you to be my coach.
I really like you. You're the next head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
All right, that brings us to our next one, which is really important, and that would be Salazar.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Turn
Flip.
the page.
Now, Salazar is our nickname for Lloyd Cole.
Why is that?
Because Lloyd, his mom is from Portugal. Lloyd is Portuguese.
Yeah.
His mom's from a beautiful island off the mainland of Portugal, and I would love to go there someday. But Lloyd also, his management style, Lloyd is the boss, the program director, and let's just say he runs the place with an iron fist.
More than a tight ship, the way a dictator would.
And a famous Portuguese dictator. His name was Antonio de Oliveira Salazar.
Thus, you've named
Lloyd
Salazar.
So
when we talk about Salazar, that's what we're talking about.
He was basically the dictator in the 60s and 70s.
Okay.
So Salazar equals Lloyd Cole.
Lloyd Cole.
All right, next. Adele, Ben. She is our code name for Rich Paul and Clutch.
Entirely. Yeah, all of Clutch's management throughout sports.
Now explain why that is.
Adele is engaged or dating Rich Paul, who runs Clutch Sports. LeBron's friend growing up, started the agency, and now controls probably 10 to 15% of the NBA. But as long as you control LeBron, you control the league. And if you control Rich Paul, you control the world. And Adele controls all of it.
Because Rich Paul famously twists arms. And if you're going to have somebody call up and twist some arms, you saying no to Adele? I didn't think so.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
All right. Then the next one, this one might be the most important.
Okay.
Flip. Cats in the wall, Ben.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Cat in the wall, eh?
This is the longest we've ever gone on the show without bringing up this exact phrase.
Cats in the
This
wall.
is the first time we're saying this on this episode.
Now, it's pretty funny. We once got feedback from a listener who said that he pulled out cats in the wall in his personal life, and I can't remember if his wife or girlfriend was like, "What does that even mean?
What are you talking about?"
And he said, "Well, I don't really know," and then asked us to explain. And it basically was born on an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Dee, doesn't matter. If you've never seen the show, it doesn't really matter.
She's the lone woman.
Dee gets a cat stuck in her wall. There's a cat in her wall, and it's driving her crazy. Charlie comes over, and he says, "Cat in the wall, eh?" And then decides to help
Cat
her
in the wall, eh?
figure out how to get her cat out of the wall.
But what is his solution?
Every solution he comes up with, and it's like 7 or 8 solutions, every single one of them requires or basically consists of putting another cat in the wall.
Every solution includes another cat in the wall.
Until there's like 20 cats at the end of the episode.
Thus, this has become shorthand for every time somebody tries to fix a problem and just makes it worse, which, as we have realized, whether it's the NBA draft lottery, tanking rules, NFL stuff, replays specifically, every solution that anybody comes up with, basically anywhere in the world, but really in sports, is a cat in the wall. There's already a cat there. You're trying to fix it, and your only solution is to put another one in there.
It describes so much of what the NBA does.
Over and over.
That's our number one
You will
example.
hear cat in the wall a lot on this show.
Well, this offseason, as they get flatten the lottery odds or whatever, that's a big meowing cat going right into the wall. Not going to fix anything, and in fact, makes it worse. All right, Ben, flip that over, and this is your segment. What am I forgetting? What else would you like to add?
Okay, you mentioned it a little bit. There is a song which you have to stick around for to hear. Now, we apparently did get some complaints about our 4 o'clock segment where we played a lot of music.
We didn't
from
get any
Jake's band.
complaints.
Apparently,
What are
there
you
actually
talking
were quite a few of people not loving the 4 o'clock segment, which was a musical segment. It was very music heavy. That is not going to be every day at 4. There is, though, one part of our show where Jake's band steps in every single day, and it used to be 11:45. Now it is going to be 5:45, 5:55, essentially. Is that when we're playing it? Okay. You will hear another part of Jake's band. Now, it is the sign that that hour is coming to an end, specifically the 5 o'clock hour is coming to an end. And it's called Island Living. And nobody actually knows the Island Vibes, and nobody actually knows the lyrics to it. Though we think it says Two Amigos. You think you know what it means. I don't know.
Does.
Okay,
It says-
Two Amigos
On the airwaves.
talking sports.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to hear the words. It's led to some real controversy apparently online. But that's what it says. So that would be the only other rule I guess I would add off the top of my head.
I feel like there's a bunch of other names, but I tried to hit some relevant ones.
I think that's totally fair.
You mentioned the clinic.
Talked about Armpit.
We did.
Talked about Rudolph.
We did
Earlier in the show.
Yeah. So
We talked about Adele. There are a few that I won't remember our rules until we get to them. But yes, Jake has a language unto his own that I have adopted. I'm fluent. I want you to become fluent as a listener, and you will.
Rule number 2, learn the language.
Learn the language.
Let's move on to rule number 3. Go ahead, Ben.
Oh, there's another. We're still going.
Rule number 3.
Uh-oh.
If you have something to say, call in.
Yes.
If you have something to say, we have a call-in feature on our KSL Sports app. You click that, you can record your beautiful voice, and then you can send it to us, and we will go ahead and play it.
Ben, you're such a freaking
Go ahead and
bozo.
flip that, Ben.
Yes.
That's
Excellent.
right. And go ahead and flip that again.
Okay.
And we have another one.
I finally get to call Jake Scott a bozo.
I didn't like that last one.
Okay.
No, I didn't like that.
Next page?
No, we could.
Okay.
But anyway, so use that call-in feature, and also go ahead and flip it. Remember the rules. Rule number 1.
Salazar.
Hey, don't talk about it.
Oh.
Rule number 1. Like that.
Like that?
Rule number 2. Learn the language. Rule number 3, if you've got something to say, call in. And those are the rules of the show.
You're going to hear bozo a lot. Bozo's a go-to insult that we have that actually flipped on us because Jake and I, but you, and I'm just going to throw Steve Bartle under the bus because I can. You guys went after Texas Tech with the fury of 1,000 suns, saying that they had no chance to win anything, specifically you more than Steve. This was going to be a bad football team. They've never done anything right. Even when they had Pat Mahomes, they couldn't figure out a way to win games. And we have a listener to our show, at least the midday show, the former show, who was also a BYU and Texas Tech fan. And I don't know how he spread the word to everybody in Texas Tech. But while you were on vacation, I caught that fury for 3 straight days of Texas Tech fans livid, thinking that, I was the other voice on this clip that went viral, when really it was Steve Bartle, and had to answer for why you were calling everybody in Lubbock, Texas a bozo. People think it was me because they look at the name Jake and Ben, not Jake and Bartle. And I caught the heat for it.
Steve, Bartle me this.
And that came back to bite us because Texas Tech not only had a good team, they won the league, beat both BYU and Utah, beat BYU twice, and got stomped in the playoffs to bring back their bozo behavior. But yes, that's kind of it's not the first time we used bozo.
It is not.
But that's where it really peaked.
The reason we picked it is because I love a good insult, but people are so sensitive these days. And clown is such a great insult because it's not really that bad. And bozo is a specific clown.
Yes.
Clown means unserious person, and it's a great insult. And so I love to use it.
Toilet Take Mike, what was his name? Ryan. Toilet Take Ryan called me a bozo. I can't remember.
You're such a freaking bozo.
I can't remember what he was mad at me for. He was
mad. It was the Harlan
because I thought
thing.
Mark Harlan kicking the door down and taking over a Utah postgame show is the single funniest thing that's ever happened at the University of Utah. And I celebrated it. And I hope he does it after every game.
Defended Mark's behavior.
With my life. I'll die on the hill that Mark Harlan's never made a better decision in his life than to A, storm the field mid-game during a kickoff return, and then B, hijack a press conference. That was amazing. And then Toilet Take Ryan called me a bozo.
You're such a freaking bozo.
It was very apt.
Can I close this?
All right. What did you think of the visual aid?
I wouldn't expect anything less from you.
I thought it was pretty good.
Do you own a color printer? Or did you
Yes.
have to go to Kinko's to do this?
No, I own a color printer.
Okay. Fancy.
All right, there are your rules of the show. Stay tuned.
There's one more. You'll hear it next.
More Jacob Ben, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanner.com.